Hello and welcome to episode 19 on the big 132 model farm. In today's video we have the silage clamp at the out farm opened, a few new animals and some sheds being fixed. In the 10-acre field there's nothing going on, as he's going to be mowing for third cut in the next week or two. The farmer's thinking of doing it. In the 5-acre we have a few new animals. We've bought a Charolais bull and 2 Charolais cows, which are both, and the 2 cows are in calf, and one of the cows is just sniffing around the dog, and the tanker's still parked in the field. Then we have one of the farmers and a person from a shed building company just measuring out, because they're thinking of getting a new shed which is going to go in this corner area of the field where the trailer is. Then in the yard and partially in the field we have the Land Rover on the cow trailer, which is just dropping off which is just letting the 2 cows and the bull get out into this area of the field. They will get probably the rest of the field once these 2 people have finished talking. And we have the New Holland telehandler with one of the workers in the bucket, and the workers just bolting up some of the Yorkshire boarding as one of the bolts came loose when there was a storm, so they're just bolting that up so it doesn't fall on anyone or break when they're doing the silage into this clamp here. Then in the yard we have the scraper tractor parked up as usual on the scraper in front of the midden, and I'll be tipping this midden soon as it's getting quite full. Then in what is the silage clamp, we have the 2 Herefords which haven't calved yet. They've had their own little pen made in front of the clamp, and they've got a water trough they can get to. They've put a feed ring in where they've put a bale of the hay which they brought in last episode, and you stack the hay there and the straw at the back of the shed. And then they've started bringing some silage over from the other farm and feeding the hay, as you can see there. But they've not fed any silage out yet, as they're just bringing the first load over. And we've got most of the same animals, but there's a few less, as we've taken a few over to the field of cows and calves. We have the John Deere parked up and the bale squeeze, or spikes, just next to the bales, but they've fallen over. Then everything's the same in this shed, except for the hay bales being stacked here and the straw bales being moved. And then down here we have the Hereford bull, which they might be selling as well, as he's not really the friendliest, he's quite dangerous, with the 2 Highland cows which have calved just in this field, and they sold the calves off these 2 Highlands. Then on the track we have the Massey 6613 just parked up with the driver sitting in it, as he brought the grain trailer down, which is just here, and they're just filling it with silage from this clamp here which they've opened, and it's quite good silage, the farmer said, so they're happy with that. And they're just filling this trailer, because it's so tight. They filled the back first, and they had the trailer parked with the back where the drawbar is and the tractor where the back of the trailer is. Then they just turned it around further down the track and parked it up here. So then the loader tractor can back up a bit, pull forwards and fill it in over the drawbar and get it to the front of the trailer. And they've got a few tyres on the sheet just pegging it back, with all the gravel bags on the top, which were where the sheet was. And then this big 10-acre here, the out farm, is being left to grow as well for third cut, which will be in the next few weeks. But this 5-acre here is being left for a bit longer, as this was grazed for a bit. And in this field here we have 2 new, I think they're Herefords with their calves, and everything's being fed some grains just to keep them going, as there's not as much grass growing anymore, just so the calves are healthy and the cows don't stop producing milk. And then in the maize field it's growing really well as usual, and this might be getting chopped soon as well, as it's getting ripe and it's not really growing the best as it's getting quite dry here. Then in the 20 acre, they've tipped all the soil in this low patch here which was in the trailer, and they're going to need to buy a bit more and get it all filled in, because there's a bit further down here where there wasn't any, and a few gaps to fill in just around here. Then they've moved 2 of the bits of hedge just to block the gap and all the gates so no one can get in, and this digger's going to be staying here until they start doing the fencing, because you might need to use it a bit, and they might be using this digger for the new shed they might be buying and putting up. Then they have the butt brake and bale lifters parked up there, then the squeezers for the loader tractor, and the pallet tines for the load all parked up, with the grab for the loader tractor just behind the John Deere tractor, the 6920. Then on the track it's just the same as last time, and this pile might be getting a bit bigger soon, and this trailer has to be cleaned out and greased up, ready for carting third cut, but they won't be chopping it as there's not really much point, and they'll be doing quite a bit. They'll be doing this 20 acre here, the 10 acre at the out farm, and the 10 acre just across from the yard there. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe.